What's up, sports fans? Welcome back to SXM Sports The Playbook, the place where we celebrate our athletes' grit and grind and relentless drive as they reach for greatness. I'm Jamal Newton, and we've got an action-packed episode lined up for you today. It's a lighter load this week, but trust me, still impressive. We're continuing with part 2 of our epic interview with the one and only Mr. Stephen Cardi. Plus, while our younger athletes are gearing up for some big-time debuts, the seasoned pros are locking in for their own battle. No matter what happens, we're here for it all on SXM Sports, the playbook. Before we jump in, big shout out to all our student athletes who snagged their diplomas or made it through this school year with flying colors. Shout out to our very own Dylan Boston and Deja Lake as they head over to a new form. Now go out there and crush whatever is next. Whether it's wrapping up a championship or focusing on bigger goals, the grind doesn't stop. Now let's cut to the chase and get this recap rolling. All right, let's keep it moving by wrapping things up on the field. On Saturday, June 28, 2025, SXM Football Federation closed out their 2024-2025 season with a bang. It was a final match day. We had the U9, U13, and U17 age categories battling it out. Plus, the President's Cup showdown in the men's division. In the U9 age group, Young Strikers Football Club walked away with the gold, while SCSA Eagles bagged silver, and Hotspurs Football Club grabbed the bronze. Then in the U13 and U17 divisions, SCSA Eagles soared to gold in both categories, leaving Falici Soccer Association with silver in both. Meanwhile, Hotspurs Football Club took home bronze in the U13, and FC Swaliga got the bronze in the U17. And in the President's Cup's final, it was a battle of wills as SCSA Eagles completed their domestic treble, overcoming 758 boys 4-1. That wraps up an incredible season for St. Martin Football Federation. Now let's shift over to the diamond. The Pelican League baseball tournament is in full swing, and we caught up with Omar Williams last week for the latest updates on the season.
Yes, so hello, my name is Omar Williams. I'm the president of the Pelican League Baseball Association, and I'm here to talk about the start of our 2025 season. So we've got 6 teams in the competition, which are the 721 Elite, the Jays, the Quisqueyanos, the Tigers, and 2 new teams being the Dodgers and the Controllers. So we started off 2 weeks ago, and right now we have the Dodgers in first place. I believe the 721 Elite is in second place, followed by the Quisqueyanos, and then the Tigers in third place, Quisqueyanos, Controllers, and then the Jays in the 6th place right now at this moment. So we didn't have a season last year, but in 2023, the 721 Elite were the champions. So they would technically be coming back as the reigning champions. However, in 2024, there were no competition. So yes, 721 Elite was the last Pelican League champion. So there was some. We were basically into a bit of a transition phase between Pelican League and the federation, the baseball federation. So it was the intention that the baseball federation would organize the season last year. However, due to some unforeseen circumstances, that did not materialize, and we just weren't able to pull off a season last year. But now we're back, working together with the baseball federation still. So now we're back to have a 2025 season, and hopefully 2026 and 7 and onward. So the competition is going to run until about mid-September, so it's about a 3 to 4 month tournament. The days are Fridays. Friday is usually 1 game at 7:30 p.m. Saturdays, for now, it's going to be 1 game at 7 p.m. And then Sunday, you have 2 games at 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. Now moving into July, closer to August, there will be 2 games on Saturday, so it'll be 1 game on Friday, 2 games on Saturday, and 2 games on Sunday. Well, we look forward to a very healthy tournament. We have very good teams coming in this year. So we expect a lot of close games, a lot of good rivalries being created, which is always good for sport. So definitely anticipate a very good tournament and a very good turnout. We hope the fans come out and enjoy the game, bring all the supporters back to baseball. We didn't have any baseball last year, so the supporters were really disappointed in that, and we want to, we want to help them out a little bit now and give them back what they want. So come out, support, and support the Pelican League, support baseball, softball, and yeah, let's have a great 2025 moving into 2026.
Now let's talk about the man of the hour, Keanu Jacobs, making headlines big time. He just graduated from Grambling State University with a degree in mass communication and in a minor in marketing, all while finishing a stellar senior baseball season. In the 2025 spring season, Keanu played every game, hitting a solid .277 with 10 home runs, 45 RBIs, and 12 stolen bases. And now, Keanu's got his eyes on the pros. He's officially entered the 2025 MLB draft, happening July the 13th and 14th. The future is bright for this young talent. Also, we're sending good vibes to the boys selection team heading to the 2025 Caribbean Tournament in Curacao. And to the girls softball team heading to Puerto Rico, congrats and go show them what you've got. We can't forget our cycling crew, who will be representing us at the John T. Memorial Race in Anguilla. Let's go out there and keep the momentum going. And lastly, to our 4 athletes representing St. Martin this weekend in Nicaragua at the NACAC in the U13 and U15 championships. Much success to you, Coach Abdul, and the team. That's your recap, folks. All right, we're taking a quick time out, but when we come back, we've got Coach Martel Hartley and Coach Daniel Helligar from the SEBA basketball champs, the SP Ballers, right here in the studio. They've got something special they're about to drop, so don't go anywhere.
The 2025 CFU Club Shield will see 24 clubs from across the Caribbean converge in Trinidad and Tobago from July 26th to August 3rd in a regional showdown to determine the next champion. The competition is structured in 3 rounds, the Swiss format group stage, the semi-finals, and the final and third place match. During the group stage, clubs are divided into 4 groups of 6. Each team will play 2 matches, facing different opponents within their group between July 26th and 29th. Matchups are designed to ensure balance and competitiveness, with teams never facing the same opponent twice. At the conclusion of the group phase, the top team from each group, determined by points, will advance to the semi-finals, scheduled for August 1st. The tournament culminates on August 3rd with the third place match and the highly anticipated championship final, where the 2025 CFU Club Shield champion will be decided. This year's edition promises exciting football and a platform for clubs to shine on a regional stage.
Dimitri Bobatui, aka Coach B. In the past, I played center. When I was younger, I could jump really high, so I played the position of center. In the last couple of years, I've transitioned more to a more defensive player in the libero position. Last season, that was the position I played. So, as far as why I pushed for volleyball, I come from a generation of volleyball players. My mother and my father, Elmora Aventure and Pantaflet, my father, Marvin Bobatui, are prominent volleyball players both on the Dutch and the French side, and I want to carry on that tradition and actually pass it on to the next generation and hopefully have even my daughters play eventually.
Welcome back, sports fans. Before we continue, I want to give a huge shout out to Coach Dimitri Bobatui. Keep up your incredible work keeping our athletes in action. All right, now it's time to sit down with the coaches of the SP Ballers, who just took home the SEBA Basketball Championship. Let's hear what they've got cooking. And we're here today with 2 dynamic youngsters from the St. Peter's community. We are here today with Coach Martel Hartley and Coach Daniel Helligar. They are representing support, progress, and growth. And it's a strong movement right now in the St. Peter's area. So welcome, gentlemen, to the Playbook. Daniel, how are you today?
I'm doing fine. I'm glad to be here.
Martel, how is it?
Great. Happy to be here as well.
Good. So you guys are a very, very vocal point in the St. Peter's community. and you guys took sports in ways of keeping the kids them off of the street and having them be productive and successful in basketball. Can you tell us a little bit of what motivated you to invest your time into the youngsters to get to formulate a nice program? Martel?
Well, to start with, I was young too, so I know how it is when children don't have much doing. They just get idle hands, end up doing wrong things. So I take it upon myself to start a basketball team. At the time, the tournament was up and coming. SYBA was getting ready to start at the same time I was getting a team together to try something. So everything happened in the right time. We come out our first year, we win the championship. Then we fought and fought. We lose the second year. And now this is our third year in, and our U15 and our U18 win the championship. So it made me happy to see that our work, our time, bringing progress to the youths, and it reaching where it need to reach. So by the years go by, it should be getting better, and I would like all the parents to continue pushing the children to do sports, keep them active, because life ain't getting better, it's getting worse. So we gotta fight to keep the youth them on the right road.
Right.
Yeah.
Daniel?
What motivates me is, I like sports and I like to see kids get involved in sports because growing up, I know how it was. Like sometimes you got the talent and the opportunities there in there to showcase, because you're in the background, you know what's going on. Or sometimes parents ain't have the time to get the kids out onto different avenues in sports. So I see Martel start off with the St. Peter's Ballers, and I said, let me try to join. First, I was watching from outside to see the progress, and then I think he had some issue, a health issue, and he had to go away.
Right.
So now the guys then was here by themselves, and once nobody in there,
Yes.
so I fell in the spot. And the hardest thing for us is to get a trust, because you just somewhere from outside, and you just come inside, and then they want to be like, who's this guy coming in? So that's the first thing. We develop a trust, we develop a bond, and then from there, we just grow.
That's good. That's good. That's good. And I must say that in your neighborhood, there's that basketball court is always occupied. If it's not boxing, they're doing netball, they're doing fundraisers in the community, there's basketball. Are there some members in your community that you would like to say thank you to, in terms of supporting you guys, working with the youngsters?
First of all, I would like to thank the parents
Right.
that they show the full support to our team, our SP Ballers. We have some parents that they're there every game. They always calling me, always making sure that everything going good, Big shout out to Mr. Lacruz, Mr. Francisco Lacruz, because when I just started, he was the first one to see me doing what I was doing and put a helping hand forward. I give a big helping hand, a big shout out to Mr. Michael Siberan. He helped out a lot. Mr. Yisk from the NSA Sport Department, Mr. Seafried. All of them put a hand when they see that we're doing something positive in St. Peter's, and really appreciate it. Really, really.
That's good. So you guys are in the community, you have support from your parents, which is very impressive.
Yes.
So you parents and you have other stakeholders that are contributing to your program. So now tell us a little bit now about what became of this new dynasty that you guys are creating in the basketball arena right now, because you guys are branching out all over the place right now. So you became champions this year. Can you tell us a little bit of how was that season for your U15 team?
Well, for the U15, we went undefeated. I'm going to sit here and say it was easy, because we had to work hard to make sure that when we reach on the court, we're doing what we have to do in the right way. We had our little challenges with some of the guys, because, not everybody have good understanding skills. So, sometimes you have to fight with them, but we get through. We get through and we come out on top. That was our goal, and we did it.
That's right. Congratulations on that.
Right.
And Daniel, I was there to witness your playoff run. And if I'm not mistaken, you were the underdog in every series. Now you started off shaky in the beginning. Can you tell us what led to the improvement for you coming out to the top?
Well, for the U15, we went undefeated. Like I said, it was easy, because we had to work hard to make sure that when we reach on the court, we're doing what we have to do in the right way.
Yeah. So at the beginning of the season, it was kind of test for us, and also it was a humbling experience too, because yes, our kids have a lot of talent, but working as a team is a different story than working individually. So the three games that we had at the beginning show us that individual talent won't get you. It could get you from there, but not over the hump. But now when we start getting practice serious, everybody wanted to work in each other and hold each other accountable. That was the best start for us because after that it was way up. It's like no team couldn't hold us because that unity and that togetherness, that toughness, bring out the different characteristic of the different players to develop one of our bond that we still share up to now. We go up there, it's coach, when we gonna practice, coach. Is you know the fire in them is to prove them that hey, whoever's ready for us, we ready.
So your it takes a lot of time to invest in the youngsters.
Yes.
Takes a lot of time, but it's very well rewarding
Yes,
for
of
you.
course.
know. And in terms of future plans, now I know you guys are still training on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays,
5 to
right?
6:30.
5 to 6:30.
That's for the U15.
Okay.
And for the U18 is from 6:30 until 8.
6:30 to 8. So if parents would like to bring their, are you open now for tryouts? Because the season is starting, I think, in October, November.
Yeah, we open right now for tryouts for any kids between the ages of 18 and 13. That's what we open for right now. You could register at the court. We just be there on the days Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, like Mr. Newton said. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 to 6:30. You can come and register your child. Um, one thing is a 12-man roster.
Right.
So even though your child don't make the first team, once our first team is full, we go on to make a second team.
Okay.
So even though that he don't get on the first team, he still will play because we will make sure to separate it so that we have everyone playing.
So
When the
no
season
child is
starts,
left behind.
nobody
Everybody gets a chance
gets
to
a chance
play
to play.
and develop themselves. I like that. I like that strategy that you guys have, and um you're working, I heard from what I was made to understand, the Facebook page and all the media outlets are going to be updated so that you can reach out to the community and stuff.
Right.
So I must commend you again on what you guys are doing. It's great work. I'm seeing the results in front of me. Discipline is a key aspect for you guys, and you guys are doing a really good job. Your parental involvement is very loud and good. They're always there, which is a good testament of the program you guys are having. So, Daniel, now with your group, the U18 champions, are there any upcoming projects or international tournaments that you guys are going to be participating in?
Yes, in July the 10th to July the 13th, we have a tournament coming up in a friend site, which is um hosted by Boys in the Yard, and some regional teams gonna be coming in to visit, and some of the boys them will be representing St. Martin
Oh,
in that district, so selected. So that's gonna be something to look out to, just to engage the talent and get more exposure of the international tournaments.
and this information will be shared by you guys
Yes,
through
as well.
in the social media.
Um,
Okay, good. Any closing remarks, Martel?
Shortly, we're gonna organize something too from the Supporting Progress and Growth organization. We can be organizing a little activity on the court so that the guys get a little more games going into the time that the tournament's supposed to start. So they're not going to only be practicing, they're going to be
Right.
having little fun games in between against various teams or themselves, or just to keep them in condition and in shape for the upcoming tournament.
And that's again another community effort.
Yeah, that's community
Wow,
wise. Yeah,
that's good.
that's what SPG cater to, the whole St. Peter's community.
Wow. Support, progress, and growth.
You could add us or follow us on Instagram also, SPG Hub.
Okay. And is it fair to say that we can expect a t-shirt from you guys?
No problem. I can have that delivered to you.
Thank you very much. Daniel, any closing remarks?
yes, and just to add to Marta is also businesses like fire departments or the police and community, in case you want to engage with the youths and have your sports team to come out. Also, they could come out and join us in July or send us a message to host a late tournament to invitation. Yeah, to have the
To play
kids,
again.
yeah, have the kids how you can say, connect with each other.
Right. So more as the community awareness, but you're also inviting
Yeah.
the police department, the fire department, other
With the
stakeholders
basketball team.
and their basketball teams to interact with. That's a great, and the community gets to meet them
Yeah.
outside of their
Yeah.
workspace,
Right.
which is a great idea, great initiative. Hey guys, thanks. And Peter, no, support, progress, and growth.
Yes.
Continue the good work, gentlemen. Thank you for being here on the Playbook.
All right.
Man, what a story. It's been so motivating to see members from different communities come together, giving their time and expertise to keep our youth engaged in positive activities. Okay, when we come back, we've got part 2 of our sit-down with Mr. Stephen Carty, where we will dive deep into the world of veterans athletes.
If you don't make it, you just don't make it. Everybody ain't champions. But I am. Playtime mode is the big league. Go. Playtime mode is the big league. Go. Playtime mode is the big league. Go. Playtime mode is the big league.
Perfect release from the top of the key. 3 step back, pull up, switch cheese, slam. Ooh. Got the crowd out they seats. 1 step closer to the big ring. Courtside seats so close I could trip a referee. Send them draw the foul and 1, that's 3. Go. The reason y'all losing, you don't stick no deep. No. To win, gotta play team ball, that's key. Show. Been won a championship in the trap. It's Rolly a trophy, I hold it up. Got me one. They let us get up enough points, it's a wrap. Gon' shine every time it's an open look. Over with. Shake 'em up, cross 'em up, post, move, defense, lock 'em up. Ain't nobody hot as us, hump, fake, shoot again, edit up. 24 pointers in the AP shot clock. Damn, with them rocks in your ear call. On the grind, don't stop, one day it's gonna pay off. Made it from the bottom to the playoffs.
Playtime mode is the big league. Go. Playtime mode is the big league. Go. Playtime mode is the big league. Go. Playtime mode is the big league.
Perfect release from the top of the key. 3 step back, pull up, switch cheese, slam. Ooh. Got the crowd out they seats. 1 step closer to the big ring.
Courtside seats, this a big bag. Hit a jumping red shot, get them big mad. Real hustle knew one day we're gonna pay off. Yeah, now I'm ballin' in the playoff. Mansion in Miami, ball at the Celtics. Got a unit MVP, yeah, I nailed it. Bought a Rolls Royce on land, they mailed it. No look pass to the bag, how you feel that?
Shake 'em up, cross 'em up, post, move, defense, lock 'em up. Ain't nobody hot as us, hump, fake, shoot again, edit up.
Shot clock buzzer be the Lambo 2-seater, we don't do new people. Fast break taking off, lose one, shake it off, bounce back, then defeat. Playtime mode is the big league.
Go.
Playtime mode is the big league.
Go.
Playtime mode is the big league.
Go.
Playtime mode is the big league.
Like the 02 Lakers, I 3-peat. Me and we don't never lose, we repeat. Yeah, they hate, but they really wanna beat me. But they do a no look when they see me. Rather 12 like John, I'm a grizzly. Think I'ma fall when I ball, you silly. I might trade you on my pendant. Hey, last name James, my first name Mike.
Playtime over this tip off. They try to cross me, spent off. No longer team, he got kicked off. Throw up the alley and watch our lift off. We got them pissed off, look at the score. No Michael Jordan, we in Dior. Bet on the Warriors when they hit the floor. Yeah, get your ligaments torn.
Playtime mode is the big league. Go. Playtime mode is the big league.
Go.
Playtime mode is the big league. Go. Playtime mode is the big league.
Perfect release from the top of the key. 3 step back, pull up, switch cheese, slam. Ooh. Got the crowd out they seats. 1 step closer to the big ring.
It's the playbook question. What are the areas that you felt your team needed improvement in? And what did you do to help them improve throughout the season?
We had a problem from the beginning with defense. It was hard for me to get them to understand defense, and defense is what wins games. So it was hard in the beginning until I find a good method to get them to understand what defense is for, how it is played, and how to execute it.
Beautiful. So defense was an area that you guys had to better.
Yeah.
Coach Daniel.
Yes. For the UA team, it's mostly involved with spacing and passing the ball more early, and trying to understand that once you pass, cut, and relocate, because every time everybody playing there, everybody wants to stay in the paint, so we have to try to get them how to get off the ball, because they like to stay in the ball, and spread the court and play off of each other from there. So
And after those changes, you guys noticed a great improvement in the team.
now they understand everybody running to the spot early, the ball going ahead, and then we could score in early basket in transition.
Okay. Thank you. And that was the playbook question for today.
I was a small guy with power, right? But not that
like Destry Raymond power that you can hit it over the park and into the road. But I think just the excitement of playing with my team and my teammates. And during that time, I played with the Dodgers. One of our biggest rivals at the time when I started were the Cahill Tigers. And that rivalry, I don't know if that's ever going to be duplicated, but those were fun times. When you won, you were excited, and when you lost, it was a pain, that might even bring you to tears because of the love of the sport and the passion that we had playing that sport. After I retired from playing baseball, um, I was approached by Sydney Gibbs, right? And if you know the Gibbs family, they embody the Tigers. And for those who don't know, right, we're a family. And she asked if I would be interested in playing with the Tiger Vets. And I said, of course. And the funny thing about it, even though you have all those rivalries, the Tiger Vets were made up of ball players that not only were from the Tigers, but also from the Dodgers. And we we were the more senior team, but I guess we won what, 5 championships in a row? Yeah, you know. So that's the most I can say as far as being a Tiger. And one year I can remember when it came to the Dutch Caribbean Championship. Um, I traveled with the Tigers to Curacao, and part of it you could bring someone on your team as reinforcement. And I played along with the Tigers in Curacao, and we won that tournament as well. Actually, it was at the time it was just a championship. Aruba was not any longer part of that. It was just St. Martin against Curacao. And in that year, they played both championships. So what was considered the ABC was more the, the St. Martin versus Curacao, the Antillean Championship, to be correct. So they actually played both at the same time. And the Tigers won the first tournament, but they lost the what would what would be considered the Antillean Championship. No, I participated as well with the Dodgers, um, not in the Antillean Championship, but also the what you call the Caribbean Championship, and that was played in St. Martin, and we won that year. Also, we had some ball players that assisted us in winning that championship as well. Um, I think even that year we became the team of the year. We had guys that assisted us like Rudy Bailey, Chicky, Mikey Hyman, um, Rene Gishad. Um, they were playing with the Stars at the time, and they played along with us. Yeah, I was fortunate and within the still the Antilles construct, to take part in 2 Latin American um, Olympic games. The first one I participated was in Ponce, Puerto Rico. There you have the best of the Caribbean teams. Um, we're talking about, of course, Cuba was a cream of the crop. um, Puerto Rico, El Salvador, Aruba participated, and I actually made the team as a catcher in those days. So I was not even on the infield. Well, I was on the infield, but not a position like shortstop like I am right now. I was just one of the catchers on that team. Several years later, I participated in El Salvador, and there I played shortstop and second base on those teams. Yeah, yeah, I had a pretty strong arm, and one of the catchers that I admire catching in those days was a catcher that played for the San Diego Padres. His name was Benito Santiago, and he used to throw from his knees, and I used to try to emulate him. And I just love the challenge to see when guys got on to see for them to try to steal. So yeah, catching was what I did, and actually when I came back and I played with the Dodgers, um, one of one of my uh, local heroes was the catcher at the time, uh, Mervyn Boubetui. So he was able to move from behind the plate and go into center field and play. So I got that opportunity to take that position. And when he went into center field, transition. A lot of them are the same. I actually played softball um, while I was playing baseball. They still used to have the softball tournament, and I started out my softball career with a team of Motor World, um, and my brother played with me, and it's important to tell you that because my dad always said to me, he's like, I don't want you guys ever to play against each other, and we played on the same team. Actually, I think I jumped a little ahead of us. We had a team from the Milton Peters College where we also played together on that team, and then on Motor Worlds. And after he stopped, he had other interests, and I managed to play with some older guys. I was always a young guy on a team with some real seasoned vets called Nishiri Reds, and we did really well in those days. And those games used to be held at the old Kirby Lumber ballpark. So you had Kirby Lumber and you had the ballpark behind. You didn't have lights, um, and we would start games. There were games that would start from early in the morning and finish, and you would always get the games in. Uh, Baseball, I can remember my last game that I played. Um, I knew it was time to call it quits because after the games, the icing of the shoulders, the elbows, the knees, and the pain that came along with it, I think I finally had enough and decided to just have softball as the regular sport. And when uh, I started out playing with my colleagues on the police team, and then the guys from the neighborhood decided to they had a team, and I was like, I just want to play and have some fun. And we made a team called the Pirates, and it was a wonderful experience with guys. We were able to even have some of us to have our sons um, play with us. And I had one rule: if you showed up, you're gonna play. Because I think if you take your time out and show up, that you should play. And the only way you didn't play if you said to me, "Hey, I wasn't interested." Um, but we were a group of guys that really family oriented, and we had a lot of fun playing as the Pirates in those days. Like I say, the Jack Spaniards. This is the second year. The first year actually that we got into the tournament, they, like I say, we won the championship. Um, Unfortunately, that year I missed the playoffs because I had to travel, um, work related. This year we, for some reason, the tank just emptied at the last part of the year, and we lost to the Lions. But I think with our presence, we've brought back a lot of that excitement back to that ballpark, and I I hope it continues. I'm hearing that there's some other teams gearing up to be part of the competition, and that is what I like. I like the competition, and it brings back the sports atmosphere in St. Martin, and also to that ballpark that has been uh, the home for so many great ball games. Uh, Playing shortstop, for me, that's the position that um, I feel that there's where you can make the plays. And like I said, I just want the ball to hit to me. Every ball I want hit my direction, and I want to make the play. Um, so it's one of the harder positions, but I enjoy playing the position. Yeah, it wasn't a joy. It was actually something. I use the word passionate, and when you get passionate about something, you really put 100% in it. Um, Yeah, and there's a part as well as far as entertainment, you know. Um, you want to entertain as well and show your skills that you've tried to hone over the years. Um, I enjoy that. I enjoy that very much. And I when it comes to thinking about it. I want the ball to be hit to me. I want to make that difficult play. And it comes from years of watching baseball, studying the game, even studying my fellow competitors on different things. I don't want to give away all the secrets, but some of it is just, like you said, study and practice. And sometimes it looks easy, right? But you have to put in the time. Um, I don't want to sound selfish, but when I was younger, I could get up and just do certain things um, without really going to the practice field. But now that's not the case, right? You have to put in the time in order to perfect your craft. And I'll say that also to any young ball player that is thinking about making a career in the sport or any sport. I would say if you can, um, regardless of your age, regardless of which sport it is, uh, just keep moving. Um, don't sit around and you know let the joints get all seized up. Um, just go out there, whatever sport it is, and go out there, enjoy yourself, and have fun doing it. I know there are times when it gets a little serious, competitive. I think, and I know that will never go away. Um, but I'll say with the softball, even with the golf, we have our competitive moments, but at the end of the day, it's all in good fun. We can sit, laugh, and talk about it, and it keeps you healthy, right? So, if there's anything I can say, if there's a sport out there that you enjoy, find it and start enjoying yourself.
There's so much more we want to share when it comes to our veterans. But for now, when we return, we'll hit you with a rundown on the upcoming events before we wrap up this episode. Don't go anywhere. SXM Sports The Playbook continues right after this. And that's a wrap for this week's episode of SXM Sports The Playbook. A new season, new highlights, and the same mission to bring you the best of local sports, both on and off the field. Big thanks to all our guests, and of course to you, our awesome viewers, for tuning in. Got an athlete, event, story we should cover? Hit us up. We're always looking to highlight our local stars. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Until next time, stay active, stay passionate, and keep it locked right here on SXM Sports, The Playbook. I'm Jamal Newton. Catch you next week.